What's up, Dallas? We are back for another episode. I have Amy here from the Running Free Ranch. How are you, ma'am?
I'm very good. I'm great.
Aw- Awesome. I'm so honored to have her on my show today. We were talking behind the scenes, and she has a really great organization here in the DFW that I just wanted to shed some light on because she's doing great things. So, Amy, can you tell our viewers a little bit about you and the Running Free Ranch?
Yes, yes. So, Running Free Ranch was co-founded with my husband and I, and we basically started in 2015. We are operating right now at in acre and a half, so it's not a huge place, but we are using what God has given us. And we have four horses right now, and we are Running Free Ranch's main kind of focus is on trauma informed, trauma focused, equine assisted psychotherapy. So, all that to say is we partner with our horses to help people that have been through trauma, and trauma is different for everybody. But we talk about and we help them learn about how trauma affects the brain and how horses can help them really gain tools and even through that relationship with the horse that they build this relationship that they learn more about themselves. Some coping mechanisms is, but it's more than that. It's emotional regulation. That's what we learn as we interact with our horses. And again, it's the biggest part of what we do is that relationship building because we truly believe relationships damage, are part of trauma sometimes, but relationships also bring healing. And so
Yeah.
that healing with the horses is a big part of the journey.
Mhm.
Um, as far as me, I was when I was 3 years old, I got very sick with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. It affected every joint in my body, and it progressed to where I couldn't walk at 10. I was able to walk until I was about 10. And now I use a scooter in the house for mobility and an actual modified wheelchair that my husband modified to help me do, work outside with the horses. Horses were a part of my life when I was growing up. I loved them, of course. Could ride until I was about 10. And then because of the disability, was no longer able to do that. And always dreamed of that relationship in that little story with the black stallion called Fury. And the boy and the horse had such a bond. And that's the dream too, that bond really again brings. I don't think we have it quite like Fury and Joey the boy, but it's still there's still a bond, there's still a connection. And in
Mhm.
that connection, again, I feel like that there's healing and um, life and hope comes out of all that.
Absolutely. And I do love everything that you're doing with your organization. The one thing that really stands out to me most, and I think this is probably a resource that a lot of people need to use, they need to utilize it, is that the fact that trauma spans over a wide variety of things that we deal with. And trauma does affect every relationship that we have.
Yeah.
Um, and the fact that you are teaching people how to overcome trauma and overcome with coping techniques and then also bonding with these horses, like
Yeah.
it's it's helping them understand not only patience, but healing and kindness, and that hope is still there, that someone still cares. I mean, you just name it, like it's there. And I just want to give a little shout out to Jamie for connecting us
Yeah.
because when she told me that you were working, that you have the Running Free Ranch, I was like, I really have to get her on my show. Um, I would just wanted to know more. Like, I would like to come out there in person one day and, see the ranch and maybe take some media footage for you and, help wherever I can. But for your organization, how can people get a hold of your services?
So, on our website, there's running, and just know it's without a G. So it's RUNNIN. So we're Texas, we're say it Texan. Um, so running without a G, Free Ranch, and it's .org. You can definitely contact us through the website. There's Our phone number is on there, 214-399-4270. That will be the ranch phone. Email, again, on the website, it has the email contact form. That's probably the main ways: emails, website, the phone number. And let me just like say this too, our services, because I feel like, this is something that spiritual is really important to me. And so, I mean, my husband and I, we both feel like this is something that God has put on our hearts, and to offer this at low to no cost, because the people who need it most, um, I mean, those are the ones we want to reach out to, and we definitely work with, or facilitate sessions with veterans, at-risk youth, um, the first responders. But again, that those are examples of some that we work with and that definitely have experienced trauma. But really, we don't limit, we don't say if you're not falling in these categories that we can't help you. It's not that we limit that, but those are definitely some of the populations of people um, that we work with. And the no to low cost, so we do utilize a sliding scale, but no one so far has been able, and we don't want to turn anybody away because of finances. And so we don't, when that people do pay out on our sliding scale, it's never market value. So that's just a big part, again, of our hearts, that we don't turn anybody away because of finances. So with that, can I go on to our Seen Through Horses campaign?
Absolutely. Go right
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, so this is May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there is a national campaign called Seen Through Horses that Running Free Ranch has been invited to be a part of, which is such a big honor, and it's amazing. And so there's a lot of through Seen Through Horses that brings a lot more awareness. So we've got a lot of posts on Facebook. That's another way to get a hold of us, and we would love for anybody and everybody out there to like our Facebook page. Um, so we're posting a lot about the how horses do help, because I could probably talk about how horses help for 2, 3, 4 hours, a long time, because there's a lot about the horses that help us. I mean, just simple things as their heartbeat is actually slower than our heartbeat. And so even just in the presence of a horse, it slows us down, because our heart's electromagnetic, and we tend to kind of connect, it's hard, it's a word, but anyway, we just tend to uh, that affects us, is the bottom line. Like their slowness and their heart rate affects just naturally our heart rate. So
Right.
that's just one, but there's lots of other things. So
Mhm.
yes, See Through Horses. And so it brings awareness, this campaign does, and it's a fundraiser. So
Mhm.
we are right now have a matching fund that once we reach 1,500, a matching fund will, a donor is going to give 1,500. Now we hope and pray that we'll go above the 3,000. Um, our expenses with 4 horses and sessions that are low to no cost to clients, but still cost the ranch. So the funds, just as much as we can, we would greatly appreciate it. We are um, never been without, we've always had what we needed. God has always provided. Um, so we're thankful, and we will trust and believe as we go forward that he will do that. We're just we're kind of in a crossroads right now. We have plenty of clients, to be honest, and only
Mhm.
me, a counselor. I'm the only licensed counselor, and we want and need to hire another licensed counselor. And along with counselors, you need the equine part. There's usually
Mhm.
this is a team operation. You do it with
Mhm.
a mental health professional and an equine professional. So
Mhm.
all that say, needs are there. And
Mhm.
if y'all want to know more too, y'all can also definitely call, and I will be glad to talk to y'all more about what our needs are. Um, we would love to expand and get a little more acreage. We're kind of in a landlock right now. We can't move to the right or to the left or to the back. It's like people own.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, just
That's
seeing.
understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
I do pray over your situation. I do believe that, God is capable of doing so many things, and I will just pray puts it on the heart to for somebody to give up some land or maybe even partner up, maybe offer up some land for, to help out your situation. So I am just really loving this. And I am thinking, I'm going back to like the cowboy era, when they bonded with the horses so much. Like it was such a connection between them that was their best friend. Their horse was their best friend. They protected each other. And I'm just thinking, like, with trauma, you said you could talk about it for like 3 hours, but we don't have all that time. But I do want to kind of get a general synopsis of what that kind of relationship with the horse is like. Can you tell our viewers that?
Yes. So we so the way trauma affects the brain in general is we tend to live then out of a survival brain, which means we're just in reaction all the time. Um, like a loud noise can happen outside, and if we're like living in that survival brain, we just kind of we may automatically jump and run, even like some humans who've really been through a lot, they because we go into that fight, flight, freeze, faint, sometimes not literally, sometimes maybe, but almost like shut down. And horses, the way that they were created, they are meant to be very like in their wild environment, like in the wild, they have to be very intuitive, very aware of what's going on. So they don't get because they're the prey animal, and they have to be aware of a predator and that danger. So they're always kind of aware of the different things going on around them. And so when a human comes in and interacts with them, if they are in that high arousal of like anxiety and survival brain, the horse picks up on that. And the person may come in going, you know, I can I can be with this horse and I'm all confident. That's what they say on the outside. But on the inside, they're like, and again, in that survival mode, high anxiety, and the horse responds to that, what's going on inside. And so
Right.
that response can be different for different personalities of horses. So
Mhm.
every horse, our four horses, all have different personalities. One may kind of like not push in an aggressive way by any means, but they just kind of like say, almost like nudge you, going, "Where are you? Are you really here? Are you are you present with me? Because if you're not present with me and congruent, like what's on
Mhm.
the outside is also on the inside, then that horse is like, that
Um,
that bothers me. I don't want to, I don't want to be with someone that isn't present with me. That scares them to an extent,
mhm.
makes them feel like you might be the predator. Um, One other horse just kind of almost just shuts down, just kind of like checks out,
Mhm.
disassociates, and that's just there's not a lot of interaction, so we have to check. And all the responses of the horses just give us information to check in with the client about, and so what we're doing is in the moment things. We're not sitting in an office going, okay, when you get anxious, what happens? And they can tell you. And then we go, okay, well, next time be aware of that and breathe and, really bring yourself back to being present. So we can say all that in the office, but
Mhm.
we're experiencing it with the horses and
Right.
we're practicing it in that very moment. So we do, again, a lot of reading our horses and checking in with clients and trying to help them understand where they're at and how this interaction may not be connected because of they have to learn what's going on inside of them.
You're right. Right. I can see that because the horses are very in tune to their surroundings. Like
Yes.
they are more aware of things than we are
Yeah.
a lot of times. And I could say not every horse is going to bond with someone, but once you have that bond and that connection, it starts to be more genuine. You start to be more patient.
Yeah.
And I do know like being with horses, you have to be patient with them too, because
Yes.
It's just a beautiful thing. Like everything
Yeah,
that you're doing, everything that you're offering, it's a very beautiful thing. I love horses. I don't have one of my own. I would love to come out to your ranch and
would
just,
love to.
just see everything. I just want to take it all in.
Yeah,
Um, because trauma is real, and I
yes,
think people need to know that there is options out there and that
that's
there are people that care and that God put it on their heart to actually help them. So bless your organization for number one. I'm loving everything about it. I am. I'm just
thank you. Thank you.
tell, tell me about how interaction works with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, every situation is different, but there's one young person that I'm thinking of right now, um, interacting with our horse named Seven. It's like the number seven. And a lot of our interaction and partnering with our horses happen in a round pen. So she was in the round pen and asking when Seven to like connect with her. And there's a kind of a technique for that. And we talk about that with the clients. It's not, we try not to get real focused on the task or the technique because it's really about the bonding, the connection. But, we give them, if you've never been around horses, we're going to give you a little bit of information about how to ask, even because we're never, because of our clients, because of what we do, we don't ever talk about controlling. We don't ever say we're controlling the horse. Like we're in control of the horse because the big part of that is other people have controlled the client most likely, or they have tried to control other people. And that's
Mhm.
not going to be something that's going to help a healthy connected relationship. Control is never a part of a healthy, unless we're controlling ourselves. Um, that's the only part of a healthy relationship. So we're in the round pen. She's asking Seven to basically give her attention, give her his attention, and
Right.
he's totally ignoring her. So we check in, and it's me and the equine specialist. We check in with the client, and we're
Mhm.
kind of talking about what's going on. She's being real about saying she's frustrated, and then we ask her, "Do you feel like you deserve or you're worthy of Seven's attention?" And she stopped a minute, and you could just see the expression on her face change. It just got kind of, just sad. And and we told her, you are worthy of his attention. And
Mhm.
just talking it just in that moment, and it was really kind of a very quiet little moment. um Seven walked up right to her and just stood there next to her. And it was
Oh,
just a very sweet, powerful moment that when when you're in, when all of your self, your physical, your emotional, your cognitive, when they come in line, then that's where connection, the healthiest kind of connection begins. And
right.
that's where I felt like Seven responded, because it's like, okay, now you're being real. You're not just pretending to, by using these tools and these tasks, but you're getting real with yourself. And that's where I want to be. I want to be with a
Mhm.
person that's real. So that is really sweet. Yeah. We have a lot of cool moments like that. A lot of cool moments.
I think
Yeah.
that's really awesome. Because when a horse picks up that you've finally reached like a sense of peace or a sense of acceptance,
Yeah.
um, they do bond with you. They do feel on that level. And when you're sad, they get sad. And they're intuitive. They want to come over to you and comfort you. I've seen
Yeah.
that on several occasions where the horses they just want to love on you because they know that you deserve it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I
Yeah.
I love everything you do.
I do
All right.
too. I love what we do. It's very I hope you can see the passion. I mean, I do. I love that we are blessed and honored to be doing what we're doing, even, I mean, it's just amazing that all of it is just the horses, the people that come here, the just the ability to offer this,
Right.
and the acceptance, I think that's a big part. I just know that, growing up with a disability, honestly, I had some, my family was really very awesome and challenging to me as far as, you can do it, Amy, you can do it. And so that was really cool. But, people don't have that, that support in their life. And so we're very, again, honored to be a part of helping provide some of that support to the people who don't really have some of that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to thank you for being a guest on my show. I really hope a lot of people see this and start understanding that there's different types of resources out there for them. I'm just I'm going to pray over your organization. I just feel like, the need is out there. I think I didn't know about it until Jamie told me. So, it's one of those resources that's not common,
Right.
but it's necessary. And I just pray blessings upon you in your organization. So hopefully our viewers out there are going to also do the same. I'm going to invite everybody on my Facebook. Y'all be prepared. Everybody on
Yeah.
my Facebook is going to go straight to the Running Free Ranch, and y'all are going to like what she's doing. So
Thank you. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
All right. So, everybody, this concludes our episode for interviewing with the Running Free Ranch. Please go support them and also support What's Up Dallas, bringing all positive things here to you in the DFW. Thank
Thank
you.
you.